we come along on this kind of issue. We're in the bodega again. Your girl's picking it up, and on the cover we see a rock concert, and on one side we see these kind of 4 different figures, all shadowed, that we can't get any kind of details. One's holding a gun, another one seems to be holding an axe, another one seems to have multiple arms, and then there seems to be like 2 things that look like the edge of swords poking out of the shadows, and then there on the other side is you guys with rock and rollers sitting out front in Halcyon City Amphitheater. Natural, open, and beautiful. And currently the people are running away screaming on the cover. So, yay boy.
Yay.
We open up and to the 4 of you sitting around the table, and you guys kind of like go out of your huddle and break in. Bastion starts on the way back to Joey's house to try and convince Madam Nix to abandon the job. Now, we know the old joke that Dayman can fight the Nightman, but what happens if he fought night itself? Oh, champion of the sun.
Twilight.
And so, the 3 of you are left there. From your briefing that I got, Rock and Roll, you're now planning a concert.
Yep.
You're calling your agent. Your agent's just like, all right, I can get you the amphitheater, and like by tomorrow night.
Side note: I did leave this part out though. It was going to be something isolated where there weren't any actual civilians. It was entirely an internet show, so there's no casualties around.
Yeah, I was kind of like thinking that we do that like outside of Halcyon City, so nobody gets hurt.
Okay, he kind of like nods at this and goes, okay, sure, live streaming. There's an old warehouse complex by the river. They shoot Power Rangers there, but I'm sure I can kick them out with some funding.
Would they mind if I burn that to the ground? Maybe don't mention that.
Yeah, I was thinking to keep the details out of the deal.
Yeah, good idea.
Of course.
That's why you got warriors, right? That's why you keep going to that office building?
Yeah, for the insurance claims.
God, we needed that forever. Meanwhile, we skip over to the Illuminati legal division and going, Jesus Christ, how many, like, which judge do I have to pay off now? Well, Jimmy's a solid fellow, you know. I think if you take him out to lunch, snuggle it in there, he just might drop it. And he goes, isn't this illegal and unethical? And he goes, yeah.
But this is only
Or
the
we could
stack
settle for a couple thousand.
And this is only the stack of Rock'n'Rollers Junior. Then he like packs up the stack of Rock'n'Rollers Senior, was like triple the size.
And he goes, well, I mean, what happens if we just file it under superhero damages for public government? And he goes, you know, they get really tired of that. It's like, yeah, but that's more ethical. And he goes, c'est la vie, I guess we did lobby for that, didn't we? And he just kind of like just nods like frantically, like, yes, we're going to take the ethical option we already paid for. And then we panel back to you guys.
All right, I get a place.
Yeah, it's gonna take another day though, because they have to get all their set stuff off.
Okay, gotta mobilize the fans already.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you, Rock and Roller.
In the meantime, well, shoot, what do we do?
I don't know. You got an idea for your forearm mech yet?
I have a feeling the forearm mech's gonna get a lot of use potentially here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
You got that picture yet, bud?
Say again?
Got a picture of that yet, bud?
I thought we were going with the ones that we did last.
What do you mean? Which ones that we did last time?
We had posted some in the Discord.
Yeah.
Man, I see a lot of them. I mean, you can just update that then.
Oh, you want me to update the picture?
Yeah,
Gotcha. Sorry.
on your
will
character
reset.
sheet.
Who needs an accurate character sheet? All right, stand by.
Sometimes I would like an accurate character sheet.
So
Any case, yeah. So
Yeah.
you have
Work
2
on it.
days. Really, actually, more like 36 hours of preparation you can do.
Well, I'd given him 48 hours before I just walked up to S-Tech, so...
take out the cyborgs, burn down the whole building, and then bring justice to the people. For doing what? And they kind of like look at you guys. I mean, not that I need a reason to rebel, but why are we attacking Aztec again?
They're trying to kill me.
Oh, that's a good enough reason. Blow the fucking place to high heavens.
You guys aren't gonna try to do any information finding, any research, nothing?
Yeah, Sprawl was gonna go, like, digital, and I think verification had mentioned potentially, like, tracking more physically.
Okay. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to roll either freak or assess the situation.
Okay. I think that would be assess the situation for me. So
I'll mark angry, because I'm pretty much driving on that right now, so to make it not unstable. To basically tap into their security network, and not just at their buildings, but also if the O'Sullivan, if his home as well.
Okay. So you're tapping into security, and then and then you're trying to track through other things. Verification, have your questions ready. So temporary unstable or taken condition.
I marked angry.
You marked angry?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of you're searching through security feeds and Sprawl, and what you can find is it takes a long time to crack, but in Silas O'Sullivan's office, he opens a panel, and then there's another elevator, and this kind of elevator is accompanied by this kind of like simple robot you've never seen before. Like, it looks unremarkable to you.
Okay.
But it definitely is not a public model. And what you can see is you kind of have to, like, you see that little side, you go across more security feeds, you see kind of like all these like new weapons. You like scratch forward a couple like to like a week ago, where now there's these two like cyber katanas on his wall. Another 2 days, and then the cyber katanas are being wielded by like these 2 guys in suits that are now following him like bodyguards.
Is this is at the office, or is this at his home?
This is at the office.
Okay.
At his home, it's quite unremarkable. Verification. What are your 2 questions?
yeah, at the warehouse where we are posting our trap, what here can I use to trick or ambush attackers?
So to trick, you would need another source of picotech.
How, as in?
Because if they're going to be like starting at their Sprawl, having something else to throw him off their scent would definitely trick the attackers.
Interesting. Okay, decoy picotech. Decoy snails. The other question is, what in this situation is in the greatest danger?
What in the radius is the greatest danger?
in the in the in the general situation. So what is it that S-Tech
Or who in this situation you find yourselves in is in the greatest danger?
Yeah, go ahead.
So like who in this situation is in the greatest danger? From S-Tech?
Yeah,
Sprawl.
fair enough.
Probably around and say, so we buy this gigantic inflatable that looks like Sprawl. Just prop it there on the stage.
I believe that we would need a more complete and convincing.
2 inflatables.
Would that be more convincing?
Like a big light show, and we just project Sprawl likeness onto the night sky, like fucking Deep Purple concert.
Perhaps a spare combat
That's-
suit from your facility that we can modify to look more like my outer appearance, and I can infect with a small beacon of my Pico technology.
I do have a spare suit in storage. We have a number of models that were damaged in the fight, and they will be put to good use.
It would be appreciated.
And we do it like Linkin Park and put like a giant Gundam on the back of the stage. They will never see the difference between Sprawl and that thing.
Indeed.
Give your thumbs up. Finally, someone agrees with me.
Exactly.
The more we have to throw them off in any manner, the better. And
Should I roll? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, and if any of you wish to back out, I understand. You'd be fighting the equivalent of for me with my abilities as far as it's made to sound.
Why the fuck would I back out from this? This sounds awesome.
I'm just offering.
We're with you, man. We're your friends, your band members.
I appreciate it.
Should I roll for that?
Yeah, you can roll comfort and support for that one.
Nice.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, getting all enthusiastic, running around Sprawl, telling him that all that matters is the band.
Yeah, and Sprawl.
Does Sprawl respect me as a rock star?
I think he's given that in the past. Right now, I mean, he's just so focused in general, but previously, I think that's come out that he did. I mean, it's his idea for you to have a concert and everything, even.
Okay. Cool. That sounds like reason enough. There we go. Yep. Oh
Wow.
boy.
Whoa.
Yep. So choose those options.
Here we go. Comfort and support.
Oh my god.
I think we need some team. Also, I don't have condition on myself, so. We're gonna do the Sprawl. We're gonna help together and then destroy the Terminators, and after that, we burn down Aztec.
I'm okay with this plan.
Indeed. I concur.
Also, should I roll for getting the help from the fans now?
Sure, why not?
Alright, cool.
Oh wow, that since you can now spend the time to go on social media. We'll say it's the. Where is my? Nope, there's that one. There's that one. Then there's that one.
Oh
and
my god.
where's the one I need? It is June 17th. Actually, wait, yeah, June 17th, and then it'll be the 18th is the concert.
With
Okay.
that roll for the comfort and support type of thing, I know it was a move, but do I unmark any conditions or anything since you hit it, or is that just for you?
No, I added one to the team.
Okay, I was making sure.
About that. And you can clear condition.
Alright, now what is when you seek out one pit? 10 plus, they only make a small demand. Yeah.
Yeah. Take out my trustful mobile phone once again, start tweeting out and say, hey, rock and roll army, we need your help, me and the boys. Gonna make a big concert to destroy a bunch of Terminators that are after us. Can you holler a boy and then help us out? Build a giant stage to lure them in. Help us
And,
appreciate it. There will be free donuts.
And someone goes, I think I can definitely find someone to queue up into. You wanted someone in like, I got you, and then it's just I got you, and then it goes at
Gonna be loud and flashy, so bring many loudspeakers.
he go and then he at Mechanus Maximus, and he goes, think you can help? And Mechanus Maximus goes, Terminators, let's go.
Yeah, you just see Rock'n'Roller in suit, like starting to tear up.
And he and the fan goes, all I need is just 2 autographs from the both of you.
Dude, you get autographs from the whole band, man. Thank you.
And it's the 17th, and you guys reach the warehouse area. Everyone's leaving, and Sprawl, you see Mechanus Maximus with an entire crew there. And he goes, so do you want just to be like futuristic? Do you want
I need it to
Like-
be rocking.
just rocking? Okay. Oh, and he goes, oh yeah, that's right, Mechanus Maximus.
Thanks, Mechanicus Maximus.
Your help is appreciated. Deep inside, like, some small part of Horus is, like, fanboying, but is, like, overpowered by the Sprawl infection swarm.
He goes, nah, nothing much. Just helping a fellow superhero, and then like from his shoulder pops $1, like a laminated dollar, and it goes back down, and it kind of like looks up at it.
Damn.
He goes, it's gonna take me a day to hook this all up, but by the end of it, you'll have pyrotechnics for days.
Oh man, it's so nice.
And the county should probably
All right.
I would just like to add that don't be concerned about safety standards for the levels of the explosions.
Oh fuck no! Rock and roller concert with safety standards? Jesus Christ, no.
Indeed. These are.
So you're intending to take on 4 Terminators at once?
With the power of rock and roll, yeah.
At least.
At least. You sure they're all gonna fall in your trap? Ain't gonna be like a Kill Bill situation where you go after them one by one?
We have taken measures.
Man, with your help and that setup, we don't need that.
If
Rock
they,
and roll, man.
if they don't take the trap, then the world gets a concert to enjoy, and we take the fight to them.
Damn straight, man. But be real dumb if they went after this. I'd like someone to roll provoke.
Uh,
One.
okay, well done. I have a superior 3, so... But I want to give someone else maybe the chance to roll.
I'll roll.
Okay, cool.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no.
And I have a 2. and I have a 2.
Whoa.
Critical fail.
Wow. Sprawl, roll me 1d4.
Wow.
Maybe that was good.
Sure.
And he goes, and he's just looking at you guys and going, okay, I got you. And then, He works on the construction verification. Yeah, you in your ship is a second suit for Sprawl to work on.
Yep. And actually, there's actually multiple suits because I am in sort of a lighter. I'm in like a lighter environmental suit, and I'm planning on hot dropping the. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm just using the battle suit. Never mind. The brand new 3 heavy.
Free custom. It's a free custom. I haven't seen the size of something like this since Tortoise got his first custom suit over there. Surprised it's still running with how much punishment he puts it through.
Is that still his first?
Yeah, but it's been patched 900 times. Actually, 99 if you count all the requisition orders in its history.
Perhaps this suit will also serve me that long.
Guy shrugs. Any case, don't break it. And it is the 18th. We see in this warehouse a concert for the ages. We see a suit in another kind of like in the like middle of the warehouse with we see pyrotechnic barrels and C4 in all different places. Half the lasers are claymores.
Oh, shit.
And it is like a miniature city has just risen up outside of Halcyon as it is the night of the 18th. You're sitting there, the live show comes on and rock and roll, you start. What is your first tune?
I guess Mr. Roboto by Styx.
Okay.
Sure!
So on the synth part, we've been working on this, is instead of just using a regular instrument, you're using the, I am using the plasma lances on my suit, and you're manipulating them, the electromagnetic field around them, to make beautiful music.
Damn, nice.
So we start out with that kind of sound as we go into the concert, and it flickers around, and you play for a good hour and a half, and it's racking up thousands. Your donations on Facebook are racking up. You're definitely at probably your height of internet fame for your concerts.
Woo!
Off in verification ship is the signed autograph waiting to be packaged. And
yeah,
it is just about rounding off to the concert as we as everyone is thinking maybe they won't come. And you see this one lone figure, now there's like this weird mist starting to set in, and there's this other like red light coming from the entranceway. Where is everyone in the warehouse?
I'm in the middle of the stage.
You're in the middle of the stage, verification.
And verification is probably makes sense to also be in the middle.
Yeah, I'm
on the side of the stage.
Yeah, I'm probably on the
ship
stage.
is off.
Sorry, go ahead.
The ship is off, basically doing circles at 30,000 feet.
Well, it picks up movement during this mist.
Yeah, no,
rolling in.
I took a shape to match that of the suit we modified, so it's less obvious that it's not me, and I'm just kind of hanging around the edges of the stage as well, moving around.
And this mist turns into a smoke screen, and we see verification's ship hone in and like start giving a video feed, and it tries to scrub through like this fog now turned into a smoke screen, and there's just red lights just poking in and out of it as it just sweeps towards the inside.
All units, stand by for engagement.
And from now this kind of, you see this entrance fill up and it goes into it, and one by one like the claymores start going off, and you hear finally something is like the crunching of boots, and a claymore goes off, and then the smoke gets to the middle before this kind of verification. It's about as large as you, and it's just holding this massive red axe.
Okay.
As we see just this walk into the concert hall.
Holy shit.
Oh my.
And it levels at the Sprawl suits and goes, "I have come here for the challenge."
Well, you can get that and a bunch of rock and roll. More than you can handle, man.
Verification says 12th book of paranoia. If you're not cheating, you're not willing to win. And I am going to order the ship. I'm going to use a laser designator and order the ship to just turn that thing into a column of free plasma.
Roll me directly engage or Kirby Craft. Maybe Kirby
That would be
Craft.
Kirby Craft, I think.
You're kind of like using it remotely, and you're not inside of it.
Well, if it's a
It
telepath,
is a ship. It's not telepathic, but
and then you might need to be in the ship.
but hey,
I mean, they're both +3, so it doesn't matter in
Yeah.
this specific case, but it's your call.
so we'll do Kirby Craft because it is the ship.
Gotcha.
What's your option?
Okay. I gotta pull it up. I have way too many screens. I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies.
Yeah.
All right. So we just see this like as soon as he like gets done with like his spiel, just he turns, like the figure turns towards the sound of a ship, and now the concert hall is just filled with this blinding plasma as it just like sizzles and like bores into the ground a little bit, and then after like a consecutive like 3 seconds of just this beam, it whiffs off, and you can just see the figure just smoking a little bit. And as you like flicker to like some infrared or thermal, it is just blinding white.
That's a lot of energy absorption.
So after seeing the beam come down, after, as soon as it like starts receding, Sprawl is like I'm gonna like leap to like run towards it, propelling myself faster and faster with my enhanced strength that's powering me, and leap at it and try to land a little bit over it, actually, come down behind it with my arms, basically kind of or my hands rather, on either side of its head, and while it's still searing hot like that, use my thermal control to basically flash freeze it by removing absolutely all heat from it.
Okay.
Wow.
Roll what? Like, are you just trying to? So you're trying to freeze it. So roll me directly engage.
This is gonna suck. All right.
Hey, what's your two options?
Woo!
Let's see. Well, I'll avoid their blows.
Okay,
Um,
smart.
Then the intention was to basically, from the rapid change from hot to cold, basically break down its
To
armor.
seal
So
its
I don't
door?
know what exactly.
Okay,
that
so
would
sunder
be.
armor.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you go over it. You kind of like flash freeze. You weight your hands on the back of its head, and it's like now like taking its axe in this kind of like upwards motion, and you freeze it for a second, and it just stays there. This kind of like menacing sculpture, and then you just see like it like for a second just blow up. You kind of have to like dash back a little bit as just this kind of like first section of like clothing and somewhat armor plating just sheds off of it. And he goes, "I did not like that worm." And then he like takes his axe, completes the swing, and it goes through the hole. And verification, your ship registers deck breakage and gas leaking.
Oh my god.
And
That's one heck of a throw.
hell yeah, man. And he just starts like looking up through the hole and just pulling it. Like pulling at the air.
Is he trying to pull my ship down?
Yup.
So it's a like out of character. It's basically an invisible tether, like he's connected to the axe and he's pulling it down.
Yup.
Okay, make sure I have the visual right.
Or
my.
is it invisible? You don't know.
Well, but I mean, we can't see it otherwise, because you said he's pulling at the air.
Yeah.
All right. It just starts scream into the microphone. Hey, that thing is expensive, and if anyone breaks it, then it's me. And I want to blast him like with a just like blasting riff, like coming like out of like a thousands of speakers that I have around me.
Sure. Roll me. Do you have any kind of moves that would set up for this?
I know it's just directly engage, really. I don't. I mean, I have the time for the show, but that doesn't make any sense in this situation.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Okay. So, roll me danger.
Cool.
What's your option?
I take away from them the ability to drag the ship down.
Okay.
Or the hold on the ship. Let's say about that.
Yeah. So you kind of like blast him with a rip, and it's kind of like his options is just kind of like he staggers a little bit to the side, and he goes, "I am really getting tired of this." And he pulls like from his like backpack. We kind of see like this, one like shotgun the length of his forearm, and he just aims it at you, Rock and Roller, and he just fires it.
What was it?
Like a big shotgun.
But
Oh
it just
my.
comes out in this kind of like focused, like single energy shot blast towards you.
Oh god.
Oh my.
Take a powerful blow, I assume.
I'm going to use my suits, the mecha arms, the ones that aren't my real arms, or my one real arm, I guess. I'm gonna have it reach out to the side and catch the shotgun, or catch the,
Take the energy blast.
Yeah.
Roll savior.
yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of reach out and you like it takes it, and he just kind of sits there, looks at it, kind of like lowers the gun a little bit. Mike perks it up. Sprawl.
Starman, you
Oh,
great
yeah, I'm
backup.
gonna take influence over Rock and Roller.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't understand it.
Okay, you said he's propped himself up, or that was them? I'm sorry, I was kind of distracted.
He took a shot at it. Rock and roller verification catches manages to put one of his purely mechanical arms in front of the bullet, and the suit takes it with some very minor damage, and he's just kind of like holding like his arm up again towards the sky.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to leap forward again from behind, kind of crouch down and launch myself forward again, to take hold of his arm, basically. Wrap myself around it as I spin around, brace my legs on his chest, and try to rip it off.
All right, roll me direct re-engage again.
Woo!
No!
Oh my.
You're sitting there and you're kind of like he's like you're sitting there and you're like pulling at the arm. You're like it's not moving a little bit, and he still just has it hold it up towards the sky, and he kind of just flips the hand flips under the side, so the palm is pointing towards the ground, and the palm is showed outwards from the both of you, and he's just sitting there, and he's just staring at you, Sprawl, and we just see the axe come in like a bullet, and it just embeds in your back.
No.
Is that rolling to
Like
take a
your
powerful
lower
blow,
back.
or is that
Yeah,
automatic?
take a powerful blow.
I don't know if you're automatically inflicting anything.
No, I don't do that. I don't like doing that.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
What do you do, buddy?
Fuck it, I'm losing control.
You're losing control of yourself. You're letting anger get to you.
And that's
This
the only
guy
condition I have marked. That works really well.
Wow.
is nearly as cool as a cucumber besides his cyber barbarian ways. And you know, deep inside, he has this unrealistic confidence in his ability to kill you. Why else would he come alone? And you get angry, and you just take the axe like from your back, like just rip it out with just like this scrunch. Take it, and then you like still holding his arm, just take it and chop it down, and you just keep chopping at his arm. He kind of like swats you away, like the axe still embedded into his arm a little bit. You can see circuitry, and Sprawl, you can feel this kind of wet sensation down your back as you're just kind of like, we see now the dynamo engine's just starting to grow on your back. The human part of your skin's now just like getting shedded over in this armor.
Well, the dynamo engines have been gone, or you said they're growing back?
They're growing back.
Okay.
The what are?
The electromagnetic dynamo engines I had for my electric powers. I lost them on one of my regenerations.
Yep. Interesting.
And we kind of just see him just stagger back a little bit, take the axe out of his arm, kind of like switch the axe to his good arm and the pistol into the one you just started clawing into. Rock and rolling, you see verification. You see Sprawl going back into the cyber monster he was way back with the Phoenician.
Oh no! What's happening? He's going all Akira on that guy.
I have seen this before.
Is that good or bad?
This is very, very bad.
Damn it! Well, we have to concentrate on that guy. I mean, he's just the first of 3 or 4.
Okay. Can I roll let's see, alien ways, right? Let's see. Alien tech. Did I take alien tech? I didn't take alien tech. Why didn't I take alien tech?
I don't know why you didn't take alien tech, to be honest. It always surprised me.
Yeah. Anyway. I guess I'm just relying a lot on Kirby Craft.
Hey, Kirby
Okay.
Craft is pretty bonked at this point, too. Just
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna engage him directly in hand-to-hand. Shall engage in glorious hand-to-hand combat. So what I'm gonna do, the stage is elevated, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, because the suit is heavier and it doesn't have quite as agility in flight, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the rockets or turn on the jets and just sort of push off the edge of the stage and hover at about that altitude in his direction, and just I'm pelting Cyber Viking over here with all the Nerm rounds that I can, trying to overload him. Just trying to pin him down.
Okay. Roll me freak.
Freak?
Yeah, as you try to. Well, actually, it's really Just roll me danger. Roll me directly engage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right. Pick your option.
I'm gonna say take his weapons.
Take his weapons. All right. So you kind of like are blazing towards him, and you kind of like nerm round his hands to where and you like get one in the gun to where he kind of like looks at it, unhurls it, and then sees like the nerm rounds just starting to grow on his axe like a kind of like a big sponge. And
Yep.
kind of just you hear this growling motion, and you charge towards. He returns the charge towards you, and as you kind of like just get closer to him, his horns just start taking on that red hue that you always thought was just cosmetic, and you're like, why is he doing that? And then he just launches himself into you, and just that horn just rips right into your armor.
Oof.
And just you're like in the cockpit, and it just barely like
Yeah.
it just grazes your side.
Yeah. Fabulous. Okay.
Roll to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Make a powerful. Where's? Oh, I should have cleared a condition last time. Rats. Whew.
Yeah. So
Hey,
you
that's
kind
the
of
first
just
potential I've marked in like 3 sessions.
Yeah.
after you kind of like get horned, you kind of like take your forearms and just rip him off,
Yes.
and you kind of like throw him off to the side. He lands gratefully. Like your suit kind of like has miniature like barrier seals that it just starts closing down. Sprawl's monster alien tech transformation is complete again. Still terrifying as before, as you kind of like have this superheated hole right next to you that's just a bit
Yeah.
warm,
Yeah.
and you can just start to see like this kind of like the axe just starting to heat up so much as well, and like the nerve rounds are just starting to like melt off of it.
All right, time to step up from sticks to Motorhead. This man needs a rough.
Go right ahead.
And yeah, I blast them once again with just electricity firing out of the loudspeakers around me. Just
Roll
this
me that directly engage.
Yeah. Damn. I avoid the blows, and I give my allies opportunity.
Right. So, you kind of like launch a bolt into his like kind of like onto the arm, and it starts sizzling now. And as like this kind of just sizzles pops, we kind of see the Sprawl creature now just like shake, like jerk its head towards it, like holding the shotgun, and like just before it can fire back at you, rock and roller, just this like what used to be Sprawl just eats off its entire like left arm.
Whew.
Damn.
And it just like rolls to the side with it, and just starts like chomping at the bit with it, and just you can see the Terminator just kind of just shakes its head at it and goes, and you can just see that still like just on its back near like the lower bit of it, it's still like this has that axe rent into it.
Oh dear. Okay, so the
And
Terminator
he
is
goes-
armless?
But yeah, he's got one arm down.
Great.
Also no clothing, and he is kind of in a lighter like form of his armor. Also without a shotgun, but he's still got his axe.
Got an axe. Yeah.
And he just starts, and he charges and launches himself at Sprawl with the axe and just this one kind of like, and now this hand now just like the nerve round just goop just off of it finally.
Okay.
No one does anything.
Well, I'm out of control, so
You're out of control, so
Ina could clear conditions.
okay.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the volume and turn up the volume, external volume. In fact, no. I'm going to use the speakers, the bass, and all the audio equipment that we've got. And I'm just going to pipe into that. Disengage your weapon systems and stand down immediately.
Provoke.
Yes. And there's like visible heat coming off the plasma cannons. Whew.
As we kind of just see him, he just kind of like looks at you, and now like this axe kind of like this little generator off the back just ignites in this kind of like rocket hammer kind of like proportion as it just lands on Sprawl, and just the axe just bites into the just into Sprawl side. Sprawl, can you roll me another take a powerful blow?
suppose I can.
Damn.
And
Unstoppable.
Woof.
you kind of like you just get this another rent into you, and he just looks at you, verification, and he goes, I may have not won now, but give it 2 centuries. And the axe just still just keeps like firing on the back, and he just smashes the lamp at his side, and like the helmet opens up, and there's just a countdown of 5, 4,
Okay.
3,
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out!
2.
No, I do like the most badass riff I've ever done, like play my fingers bloody, and I wanna blast them like into the sky with like just a badass riff, so he's out of range of the explosion.
Me danger.
Shit,
Alright.
get out of there.
I blast them. I guess I avoid a powerful blow, and everyone else as well as I do that.
Yeah, so you kind of like blast him. He kind of like you take Sprawl up with him,
No.
and from this side, hey Ian, can you mark a condition? And like you kind of like see like halfway point, like you guys just get like fingers bloodied as he's just launched through the air, hurls up, and he gets actually about, you never checked where your altitude was. And he gets just right about like maybe like 100, maybe like 1,000 feet around your ship. And as he kind of like looks and just sees this like flock of ducks pass by, and he goes, I wonder what, and then it's just this humongous explosion.
No, Sprawl.
I'm sailing away.
And Sprawl, in market condition, as you kind of like hurtle to Earth, and splat.
Ooh. Ship, where did it go down? Where did Sprawl go down?
And the ship just rocking forward, like right engine, just damage report, just stirring down your sides, turbulence. and then you kind of like see atomic launch at X meters, and you kind of just see like this like point where just life is just dying, and like there's now a center of a forest fire.
Holy shit.
Did the blast? I know I like marked a condition, but did it help me regain control of myself? Like a jarring blow,
No,
basically.
everything went dark.
Okay.
You're out. You're out.
Alright, I'm going to... Alright, I'm gonna have the ship, like, get like, fly 1,000... How far away is Sprawl?
4 clicks away from west.
Wow. Okay.
Live and Let Live has been contacted with notice of nuclear fallout in the area.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Sprawl is 4 kilometers away to the west. What do we do?
Are you fine with like fallout like this, spaceman?
I've been living at the bottom of a sea of terrible acid. I can handle this.
All right, then I guess I will try to do something against the fallout. I have a good loadout here and a point around the stage. If I hit it just right, I might can decompensate for the radioactive fallout.
I go over to
Roll me freak R&R.
Okay. What? I guess I start playing "Rain Over Africa" by Toto.
I'll find a song for you.
Fallout Boy? I don't know.
Not even close.
Yeah, rock and roll can stop a fucking fallout.
Yep, you
Oh my
kind of
God.
just like keep it in air. Is as you kind of just like as we kind of just see Sprawl land on the ground. Verification, it takes you a good while to get over there, but you can see the undeniable shape of Sprawl, and he's just heated, and you kind of see just a tinge of radioactive energy coming off of him
I land next to him.
as we see these rains, because I can't find another song fast enough. So it is the rain. I missed the rains down in Africa.
Cool.
Sprawl, are you alright?
There's no
Sprawl.
response. It's just dead air. There's no response. I'm told I passed out.
Alright. I know how to fix human biology. Can I...
He's in pretty bad shape with 2 bad rents in his body.
I mean, it would make sense for your ship to have like what's it called?
Decoupled?
No, decompensate. Not decom. When you try to get rid of
Detoxify?
toxic radiation. No.
I am resistant to radiation in this suit.
I mean, yeah, you have a decontamination thing in the.
Decontamination, yeah, that's what I mean.
Can I assess the situation?
Yeah, roll superior.
Gotcha. Wait, it's playing Rain Over Africa and Domo Arigato.
Is it? Wow,
Yep.
weird.
Yeah.
Interesting. Note there, roll 20.
There.
In any case, yeah. You
what
get
hit
a
can I
9.
use to heal Sprawl?
Your ship has a lot of functions for your suit now, especially an auto function because of how big it is to help you with the armor.
Okay.
Kind of like out of Iron Man. or the Avengers for Iron Man.
If I may make
Yeah.
a note, that may help also. I don't know if it will or not, but I had little bits of undamaged Picotech in those decoy suits also.
There's also that.
So what it sounds like so like the so wait, auto repair functions or just automation for the suit?
Automations? Like it's like helping arms with like multiple functions that are specifically for your suit but could probably be messed with to help Sprawl.
Huh. As in like to get him moving again? Like a code infusion or something?
Kinda like that, but also just to like have him just not in this kind of like crap shape, like decon, and then
Ah, got it.
with
Okay.
the Queen Pike and applying that like a paste, maybe that would work.
Gotcha. Oh wait, no, can I use my yeah, I can use the Nerm rounds as a sort of like have him use those as a stand-in for his Pikeites.
Okay, sure, that also works. So roll me a comfort and support for Sprawl.
Okay. Oh geez, that
As you kind of like
that's
start
enough.
taking him into the ship, and you just start applying Nerm round ammo into his cuts.
with a +1 for the assess or no?
Sure, definitely. I'd allow the +1.
Yay!
Pretty excited.
Yay! Oh yay! Did not die. Okay, that's a 9. So I think that's clear condition. I mean, presumably. Hello?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting on
Sorry.
Sprawl.
Oh, I didn't know I was
Yes.
conscious or anything.
Yeah, you kind of like get this. It takes like half an hour, and you get this like waking consciousness from you. You feel awful. Like there is pain that you haven't felt in years.
One down, I assume.
Yeah.
And you see verification over you at this point. I think Rock and Roller's in the ship and also just looking at you.
Hey, you
Hello.
blew up in a like nuclear explosion. You look good for that.
I'm inclined to agree. You did excellent in assisting us to defeat the electronic barbarian.
3 to
You
go.
also turned like all Tetsuo, man. Like there were bits of like flesh and metal fused together. It was really gross.
Whatever it takes.
That's not what it should take, man.
Regardless of the single target's outcome, we achieved our end. And for that, you did well, Sprawl. And I'm attempting to further comfort or support.
Sure. I'll allow one more, and then that'll be. We'll put a top on to that since. And yeah, there it goes. That one.
Mark potential!
Yeah, and Sprawl feel like shit.
As hurt as he is, he's kind of moving a little bit slower as he's feeling things he hasn't felt in a while, but he pulls himself up to his feet. Just 3 to go.
Mm.
Yeah, and you can just see like the pike fights on like you just feel the nerve rounds, and you kind of like you just feel the nerve round like kind of like the emergency bandage on your back.
You can't go like this.
I'll heal.
Mm.
And you kind of say this, and do you kind of like lift up or try to like expel the nerve?
Nah, just let it do it. Just what it's doing.
Okay, you're just wallowing at the clog.
Once it's served its purpose, the Pike should take care of it. So
Okay. And verification. What's the longevity of NERM solidity?
So NERM rounds are designed to. They're normally used as riot munitions. So
Yep.
they're designed to stay solid by default for up to 4 hours after they're fired. I mean, when they're initially fired, they're highly fluid and they'll organically flow away from airways. But after less than like 10 seconds, they've reached complete hardness. It's basically like hard plastic, and they will continue to. They'll be that way for 4 hours by default, thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
But they can be modified by a basically like you can tell a series of you can tell them to be more or less hard or
Okay, so 4 hours. That's basically it. 4 hours.
by default.
By
They
default.
can be like you can modify them like when they're even while they're out there.
Okay. Well, are you gonna modify them?
I mean, just do
Off.
like if they're still serving a purpose, then just modify them to make movement easier or whatever, just a little bit or whatever. But otherwise, if they're not serving a purpose, then yeah, they'll just be ejected.
Okay. Well. So, what do you guys are gonna do after the combat? It's about 11 o'clock on the 18th. You have defeated one of the four.
Well, I hope that was the strongest of them.
Possible.
So, do we just stay here and wait for the next one to come?
I doubt they'll come. The trap has already been triggered.
Yeah,
How were your ratings?
pretty good. The best I had, but it wasn't really worth it blowing you up for that.
I'll be fine.
The target was eliminated, and we suffered 0 casualties.
No, I also had to stop a nuclear fallout, so
It happens.
yeah, I managed to condense it and like take out like this peppermint drop like shaped piece of plutonium pretty much.
Yeah, it's just
My.
highly radioactive plutonium in this.
Yeah. Yeah, just take and put it in my mouth. Ooh.
Trying to develop.
Yeah, that's
new
not gonna
powers.
harm you at all.
He's an alien. We don't know his physiology.
Well,
Part
the-
alien, half human, half alien.
Power-
It's only the suit acting as a symbiote.
I mean, powered by rock and roll, so he's pretty
Doesn't mean
hardcore.
that Brock. Doesn't mean that Brock, as Venom, ever like didn't have blood coming out of his mouth after Venom ate people or something. Sure, he didn't get the shakes.
We'll be fine.
Anyway, I'm just joking with you there. But yeah. So we all kind of, I guess, just rest.
Yeah.
You guys go home. What do you do? Like, where are you all going to rest the night?
Verification is going to fly his back to the base, and
I guess rock roller is not allowed there.
all right, everyone, repair it.
And you just kind of see them like look at this and go, and they got you from how high?
Gunship altitude, so 10,000 feet to 3,000 to 30,000 feet.
And it did this?
It was a cyber axe.
And it just kind of like, you just see the text just like astonished at it, and it goes, But what through the Cyberax?
There's just an awkward silence.
What the hell did you fight, Captain?
It was from the future, as far as we can tell.
Humanity has that kind of power in the future?
Indeed. Surely we will be equally capable in the future as well.
They all kind of just make this salute and they just still just staring at the ship and go, alright, remove the buckled plating, refuel, get new glass, try to figure out, run software diagnostics on that thing. You said Cyberax, can we expect electronic warfare?
They're using pikeite, so perhaps.
Alright, so we'll, might as well just throw out the cabling just to be safe, but that means you're gonna be out, this thing's gonna be out for a day, Captain. If we have to flood out all the software, find cabling, also some of your fine tuning's also probably gonna be gone.
Can we...
But that should protect you from any kind of virus or pike-guided virus you might have.
Make it so.
Alright, you're gonna be grounded for a day.
That
At
is
least without this. You can still go out in one of your suit or another standard ship. It ain't gonna be this one. And you kind of just like, you just see the engineer just kind of like make this kind of like circular motion, goes up and at it, boys. We're gonna pull double shifts. Call the quartermaster for calf rations at about 0700. Kind of just shakes, like he just looks at this and goes, shakes his head and goes, "Hope they aren't all like this, Captain."
As do I. I would like to have a ship.
Did it hit you with that thing? The Cyberax?
I was lucky. An ally took the blow.
And then he like looks at the hole like by your side, and he kind of like points at that and goes, "Yeah, you need a medic."
I do not believe. Sadly, I do not believe. Laid to him.
All right, so you got a cut on your side, but it ain't deep or anything.
Oh yeah, I guess I do. I guess I got a little bit of oxygen in there before I...
True that. And he goes, "And what did that? That thing's your customs layered more heavily than tortoises."
This is indeed concerning. Perhaps it's using some sort of pico-level breaching protocol.
God, Captain. I'm gonna take that. That's gonna be less than a day to fix because it ain't as big as a ship at all. So I'll work on it personally while the grunts are floating over your ship. This'll be up in 12 hours.
Thank you,
Clean and good.
Quartermaster. Can we replace the plate wholesale?
Yeah, I can roll around another entire chest plate. This is the collective will, after all. We were made to ship out suits faster than we can make them.
I just want to minimize downtime.
Don't worry, this thing will be brand stinking new by morning.
Make it so.
You kind of like launch out, you kind of like step out of the suit and go, and you head to the bay, get this bandage around you. Rock and Roller, what's your kind of living situation like?
He just lives with his parents, and yeah.
They kind of just see you like sneaking in, Wayne.
Oh.
They go, "Oh, hi.
Hi, mom. Hi, dad.
You
Yup, that late.
well, your father has a very important case tomorrow, and you know how I feel, Ian. I get anxious when my kid goes out late when he doesn't tell me what he's doing.
Was just band practice, mom, as usual.
You having a concert soon? I'd love to hear you.
Yeah, we gonna have one like very soon at this like pub in the city.
All right, well, best you don't take any free drinks from pretty girls.
Oh, I hope I would. Can I give just like awkward smile?
And,
Gonna be up, mom.
No, that's fine. Get to bed. And she kind of just shuffles you up there with a glass of milk.
Thanks, mom. Gonna sit
Hardcore.
down at my bed, take out my phone and like look at my rock and rollers like feet.
It's filled. It is amazing. Like we see your rendition of Mr. Roboto in just under the weekdays for the hit of the summer,
Yeah.
and then we still have that kind of like the rock band in Tokyo above that.
Yeah. Okay, I think I like start writing rock and roller senior. Ask him about that stuff.
What stuff?
Like not only the band, but maybe like try to like impress him a little bit with my performance today. I stopped this
Sure.
killer cyborg and stopped to also Lucia fell out. Isn't that cool?
So, what do you have a personal connection to Rock and Roller Senior?
Yeah. He's my mentor.
Like, is he like your uncle? Is he like?
No, he's just another guy who once found a alien guitar and then turned to the rock and roller.
So, okay.
It's not a
Kinda-
family thing. It's like every generation, like the
Has it?
Planet Rockstar like sends down one of these alien weapons down there, and then who finds it becomes a rock and roller.
And yeah, so you send this, you send the letter to this record store shop,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be sitting there in the morning for you for postage as you write it.
Then Ian, like after that, Ian like looks at his like personal like Facebook page, and there's like very little going on, and then gives like a deep sigh, and then he goes to bed.
And that Janus kind of lifestyle, hey boys. Any case, yeah. So you all wake up, Sprawl. You wake up the earliest, as you kind of like feel this wet. Where did you go, Sprawl?
I went to a scrapyard, so my pie kites could just scavenge what they needed for source material.
You kind of like at some point you drift off after you kind of like found some useful material in the Queen Pie kites, and you wake up and then there's this. You feel the wet sensation. You look down and you see the Nerm gel, and you kind of like you have still that kind of like it's not as intense before, but it still just hurts, and you kind of like you look to your side and on your like across your left ab towards your stomach is just this humongous kind of like scar. And it's just jagged and it's ugly and it's just still sore. And you're still kind of running what seems to be the pie-kite version of a fever.
You kind of
Wow.
poke at it a little bit,
It stings.
and send more to the area to trigger the healing process, go even faster.
Roll me freak. Temporary unstable or taking condition.
Ah, market condition.
Yep. So you kind of like you find like kind of like focus down your body, and you like feel the flow of like it's almost like you feel like the blood vessels inside of you kind of like go to the area, and then like it just like it's this kind of like near instant relief, and you kind of like feel it on the back too, and you kind of like as the pain's like finally going away, you kind of still have that like human like big ugly scar, and you like go along like the small of your back up to like basically near your shoulder plate, your and it's or your I forgot, is it shoulder plate, that part of your or shoulder blade,
Shoulder
and
blade.
and it's like all the way up, and that's also scarred heavily.
Okay. I grow a second skin of metal over it. I know it's still
And-
there underneath and everything, but I just cover it up basically.
And you still kind of just have this kind of like you're almost nearly exhausted by this experience again, and you kind of just flash back out to like this nap. Verification, it's also early in the morning, but for you, you get up because it's regimented into you. You're after your workout, you've done your shower, now you're just back to base management until the chief engineer comes to you.
Is the suit repaired?
And you see him with a mug. It's about 10 o'clock and goes, your Mark III custom is ready to scramble again.
Acknowledged. I also would like you to draw up plans to harden it against cyber, just as you did for my ship.
Didn't say anything about hardening, but I can get something about that, and yeah, with a nap.
Any
the
weapon
guy's running on
target.
6 hours, 11. Then I can have that ready for you. The shell and some kind of new electronic warfare defense suite in 12 hours.
Acknowledged. This is not
Cool.
a. This is not a kill yourself crisis. This
What?
is merely.
You said this thing is in the future?
It is from the future. Yes.
And he kind of just takes another step and he goes, it ain't a kill yourself crisis, but you gotta understand, in the collective will, mechanical and repaired like divisions, we are made and trained to overcome any obstacle as quickly as possible, so that the greater good is never slowed down. I am off the books of paranoia at this point.
Obey your
You know,
training.
I was talking with the cultural advisor about this. He came by to kind of, believe and relax and whatever the hell that legislation was or position made some 2 cycles ago, and he was coming by and he told me about this U.S. Air Colonel named Murphy, who also was in similar positions where he had to make everything from scratch. I am dealing with future collective will problems in the now. So, if you excuse me, I
Quartermaster.
must go make my crush proud, but first I am going to nap.
Make it so.
And he goes, Captain,
And I give him the salute.
you didn't think of analyzing the bitch, did you?
Analyzing it?
Nah, he's got an axe. We'll go up against some techno-barbarian. Boys, you forgot the tech part. In any case, it's now 9 o'clock, an hour earlier, and we see Rock and Roller get up.
Yeah, go to school on this little moped.
It's school's out. It's
Oh.
the 19th of June.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kind of checking my messages. Still hoping to be noticed by Senpai.
Yeah, you get something back at 10 o'clock, and it goes, "Good work. Come by the store."
Yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, and then drive there with my little scooter. Bye, Mom.
And she goes, "Bye, sweetie. Have fun at your job."
Yeah, but job at the record store. Bye.
And yeah, you take a good half an hour to get down there. And there he is, all grizzled.
It's probably Jack Black.
Basically, it's Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Retirement has done nothing good for his figure.
Well, the suit hides all of that mostly. It really does nice things for the figure.
And
Hey, Jack.
and he kind of like it's not actually Jack Black, but it's just like he looks like Jack Black.
Yeah, he would be played by Jack Black for sure.
He would be played by Jack Black, definitely. And he goes,
But-
"Oh, hey, kid. So awesome work there. I was watching your live stream,
Oh,
and it was
really?
amazing. Yeah, it
Oh.
reminds me about this one time I fought this, like, techno dinosaur thing.
Oh, cool. Techno dinosaurs are so rad.
Yeah, it called itself the God Sword. Wonder what happened to the wizard.
Well, but a friend of mine got like really badly hurt. Wasn't that
Damn.
cool?
Well, I saw that it hurled something up and was just pulling out the sky. What the hell was it attacking?
Like by friend's verification, he has a chip, and he was trying to. Oh,
He threw an axe at a ship?
that's fucking metal, isn't it?
It's fucking brutal. And then it looked absolute so sick. Do all of the guys' enemies look like that?
Well, I hope not. There's cyborgs from the future here to kill Sprawl.
Oh my god, that's way better than any kind of Terminator plot.
Yeah, but it's way
It's
more
like
metal.
Terminator and like Kill Bill and Scott Pilgrim had a child.
Oh my god. Win.
Any advice on that?
On cyborgs from the future? Have you tried New Wave?
Oh my god. Wait, no. Have you tried techno?
Nah, fuck that.
Fuck no, that's blasphemy.
Darude Sandstorm intensifies.
We don't talk about Planet Technostar, so Techstar.
Any case, you're also asking about the Japanese group?
Yeah, they're in congruence with Lady Xanadu's like no hit star, it seems.
Yeah, yeah, sometimes, well, funny enough, I don't think they're from, like, Planet Popstar.
Well, that's cool.
I
if
think
they-
they're also fellow rockers, and he, like, pulls up a picture of their concerts, and he goes, because they're missing, a lead guitar.
Oh,
You see a bass, you see keyboard, and then you see drums.
maybe I should try.
I mean, you could, but they're usually fighting kaiju monsters or some crap, or ninjas or something, whatever the hell superheroes in Japan do.
That's red cool as well.
Oh geez, that was probably culturally insensitive, but I don't care. Maybe they're like Power Rangers. Wait, we already do like Power Rangers.
Yeah, kind of.
Whatever the hell they do over there, I don't know.
Well, maybe
Give
I
it a
should.
shot, tweet them, I don't know.
I will do it better. I will drop by there when they have a concert.
That's even more sick, but don't crash it.
No, of course not.
Dar.
I will do it when you crashed WrestleMania and took down Vince McMahon with the chair to the back.
Yeah, but that was because he started thinking about going to Planet Country, and I just had to end it there.
I know.
There's no way I could allow him to go into music hell like that.
All right.
It was bad. It's like vampirism, except with the twang.
Well, that's where our root lie. We came a long way.
Hell yeah, we came a long way, and we're gonna go farther, kid. You're doing me proud.
All right. I also
How's the guitar?
pretty well. Like playing like nothing else.
What I wouldn't give to wrap my fingers around it one last time.
But you have a nice guitar too, man.
And he kind of just looks longingly at it, like weirdly longingly at it.
But he's still active, though.
The one
Yeah.
ring.
Well, he's active at it, and he looks at that and he goes, "Yeah, but this guitar is it's a fixer-upper."
I put my hand on his shoulder, like look him very straight in the eyes, and say, "Dude, rock and roll doesn't come from the instruments; it comes from the soul. That's what you always told me."
Yeah, but it always helps to have a good instrument. This ain't Guitar Hero by I'm not playing a Jukebox Hero. I'm playing We Will Rock You.
Yeah, but you don't need that new tech. You still rock out with the old stuff.
In any case, I'll be looking for your next moves, kid.
Yeah, hope you survive that.
I hope I survive it too. And he kind of like takes he's kind of got this like you have this near like electric acoustic guitar that can do it. He's got this he's definitely got an arch top.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's always something. It's a great challenge to try and get with a new guitar. Like for this, and he kind of like points at it and goes, "Rocking on an arch top is definitely not what you have to do. You have to go slower." And he goes, "Maybe if I call the boss, they can maybe get me like I don't know, like ooh." He kind of like flicks up and he goes, "Maybe a 12." Maybe just electric. Oh, just electric. Electric would do. And he kind of just looks at you and goes, "Any case, kid, rock on."
Rock on. Then
And
leave
you like
the shop.
throws the horns, and then you go.
Yeah, leave the shop with like a big smile on my face.
It's now about 12 o'clock. Verification, you in the shipwreck Greenland. Sprawl, you kind of like wake up in a sweat in that scrapyard. A dog is like sitting over you, like licking your face.
I kind of push it aside, and carefully, not to hurt it. Pull myself up, and I guess get on the comms and at least the verification. And where should we meet?
Unknown. My systems are back online, however, we don't know where the other three be.
No, it might be two.
Regardless, perhaps we could draw them out again somehow, but I'm not optimistic.
Kind of weird pulling the same trick twice.
Precisely.
Kind of an asshole move too, insulting their intelligence. Other they sent a little old man who nuked the forest to try and kill you.
Right.
Yeah, arrive with the scooter, but in rock and roller suit. Just bumping.
Verification like arrives in the ship in a...
Yeah.
You know, jumps out, although he's only wearing like the top half of his armor, and the bottom half is just sort of this it's like a heavy heavy jumpsuit.
Do you do the Iron Man pose as you land?
No, of course not. I roll.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
Superhero landings are bad for your knees.
yeah. Rock roller like parks, puts like the stands up of the scooter, and then does also like a dramatic roll like off it, but it looks much less graceful.
As they approach Sprawl, I'm gonna go ahead and spin a Doom Point and have a dark vision.
Oh.
So, as you do that, you kind of like get the feed image from yesterday. As you kind of like you see the two kind of like swords, and then you see the two guys in suits around Silas O'Sullivan with the swords. And then you're kind of like your Pikeites go and say Silas O'Sullivan, and then he like you see a tweet about it being, it is June 19th, right? Let's give me a second. June 19th.
I think it's 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, June 19th. Day. It is Freedom Day, so he is out, and you kind of like see him like at this kind of like a expensive-looking American diner, going, proud to be an American, especially from and to represent all of freedom. As June 19th is Freedom Day.
Yeah.
For the abolition of slavery in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And kind of an asshole to do that kind of shit. But in any case, you see, and you just see him in like a cafe, and then across from him, like you in the diner, is these two figures in these kind of like leather jackets watching him.
Like the two security guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's out and about. I guess the question would be how best to draw out the other prototypes.
Perhaps a direct strike against Sullivan.
Well, I get an answer from the GM for that with that question.
What
Oh.
question?
How best to draw out the other prototypes?
I might have shown you two.
Oh, they are the bodyguards of Sullivan.
Oh, nice.
I'm assuming the might is a definite did, so because the question says the GM will answer honestly, so no subterfuge if they're
I
not.
showed you two. He's out in the open. They're out in the open. You
Okay.
don't need to draw them out. That's the official answer.
Perhaps if there were... Oh, I'm assuming you tell us
Yeah,
this.
I relay the information.
Perhaps if we were to abduct O'Sullivan, he is out in the open, and we likely do not need to.
But you haven't heard from Bastion about Nyx.
Well,
It's been 3 days.
I don't know how they feel, but I told Bastion, like, straight up, whether he gets her to agree or not, I don't care. So,
Grand.
Well, she would be much weaker in the day.
but
It's accurate. And we are not directly striking against Escort. Merely one of its employees outside of its...
if we abduct him or their employees publicly, and we are attacked, we are at fault. They get the good publicity. They do not suffer. They get the sympathy. They gain. Even if we destroy the prototypes, they gain.
Then perhaps a charm offensive or a public outreach to O'Sullivan?
Should I do that? Well, like, I don't have the best, like, political drag. Everyone in the city sees the rock and rollers as delinquents, but we kinda are. But I can try anyway.
The sun is just like having its like hands kind of like in this very questioning motion, and it shrugs, and then it's like,
Well, there's still a third assassin somewhere.
Indeed.
I have an idea that I'm not going to say just because I'm debating on whether or not to do it yet. I don't feel this is the best time for it, but I'm still considering.
Well.
Moment of truth?
Do it.
Moment of truthing?
It would involve that and potentially more.
Ouch.
But I think I'm gonna wait a little bit still for that one.
So
I feel like coffee. Just start like heading towards the diner. Just straight up.
I thought we were gonna like make a Bastion pull there, but okay, that was
Yeah,
definitely a
totally.
good segue. So yeah. Also on the post by Sullivan, you kind of like see like underneath it is just like this. You see like on the news feed, you see like actually kind of like pulling around how Sullivan made a large donation to
Halcyon City Children's Hospital.
no, it was thinking about it. The ACLU. And yeah, but any case, you guys go pull through, and you get to the diner. It's very fancy. It's like you're wondering how like some like kind of place like there's like movie stars, there's celebrities, there's people in suits eating pancakes and apple pie.
Traditional Terran fare, I'm given to understand.
Sort of.
And you kind of pull up, and you see the two guys kind of like talk to Sullivan, and then you see another kind of like security team like pull up like around Sullivan and like start escorting him out as the two guys and the jackets just start like walking towards you, like kind of like holding these sheaves with hilts outside of them. And you walk inside the diner. People give you odd looks at why a bunch of teenagers are here.
They ushered
Oh,
Sullivan
wait.
out, or they're in the process of ushering him out?
They're in the process of ushering him out. A waiter kind of like looks at you and says, excuse me, do you wish to be seated?
We're good.
I lean to you two guys and say, leave the crowd to me. You follow Sullivan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dear waiter. I would like to be seated. Or how about you spare that? And then I run to like the bar and jump on it and start playing "Money" by Pink Floyd.
Oh my god.
And I think that is time for the show. My first time using that. When you put on a flamboyant
Sure.
display of powers, roll superior.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Let me look at that. And you put up the same powers on them. Nice. And a 10 plus name. Okay, name 2 NPCs.
So they're probably like these like teenage kids who were like kind of forced by their rich parents to be here, and they especially start like rocking out, and they're super impressed by this like sudden rush of rebellion that they display
Oh my god.
And
fancy restaurant.
so it will be Ashley and Joelle Sullivan.
Oh
No! Yes! Yes!
As they kind of go, and he goes, "Children here," and he kind of just like kind of points something like, "But Dad, we want to listen to the live music." And he goes, "Now let's not be rebellious here. I'll buy you live music next time." He goes, "But it's rock and roll. We were watching him the other night." And he goes, "Yes, I know, honey, but I can pay him later." and then they're like, "Listen, can you do you guys want to come along for a ride?" And then it goes, I'm bored, and my dad's just taking like, you go, and then the other boy just goes, and it goes, "Hey, can I get your autograph?"
Sure, I do everything for my fans. Give them both an autograph. So, you see that old man over there that looks like kind of tired and done with the world? And I point to Sullivan.
He goes, "Yeah, that's my dad."
Oh, damn. What is he up to lately?
Just work stuff. You know, he's been working on this top secret project and everything.
Don't do all that. Do that all day.
Yeah, but my dad goes into like this special laboratory and stuff, and
Ooh, where's that? And as I talk to them, I still play money, by the way.
and he goes, "Oh, it's in the S-Tech building." You know, like you just knock over a lamp, and then the door opens, and he goes, "Kids, that's enough." And he goes,
Wait, he knocks over a lamp?
"TD, bring him here." And then the two like guys in jackets like look at each other, and just like kind of like drag the kids away.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I
am in my civilian clothing. I mean, by civilian clothing, I mean not a battle suit. So while they're walking, I immediately walk over to O'Sullivan.
And he goes, "Can I help you?"
You can cease your vendetta against my friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't. I'm also sure you don't know about the cloaked battleship in orbit that's ready to turn this into, or S-Tech, into a pile of highly radiative ash.
Well, since you said "or," I think you're bluffing.
Wait, what?
Well, since you said "or," I think you're bluffing.
I'm afraid my mastery of the English language is not perfect.
Well,
Rest assured,
in any case,
if any permanent harm is done to,
You cut out there.
there will be hell to pay.
You cut out after permanent
That's the
harm.
right word, right? What?
You cut out what you're saying.
Oh.
If any harm come to my friend, there will be hell to pay.
That's the right word, right? Hell,
Yep.
hell to pay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm asking that in character.
Oh, okay.
And I'd also like to attempt to pierce the mask as I'm doing this.
sure, go right ahead. And he kind of just stares you down and goes, "Will that be in check or credit?" And he goes, "I think you might want to step down, sir. I have great respect for the aliens who had their base single-handedly destroyed from the inside out. It takes remarkable ingenuity to bounce back that fast. I wish my company could do the same." And he kind of like goes to the waiter and goes, "Thank you so much for the lovely food." And he looks down at you and goes, "So I think you should stop bluffing and start being a bit more mature." And he's going to try and lower your danger and raise your mundane.
Lower my danger, raise my mundane. I'm gonna reject that.
Yep, roll me 2d6. Blank.
Oh no.
Whoosh!
Damn.
Nice.
Woo! Alright.
Side moves.
Yes, reject. 11, choose 2. Clear condition.
By immediately acting to prove them wrong and shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I think I'm gonna clear a condition
Nice.
because my ship actually is in orbit, or at least I dispatched someone to sit in orbit earlier, and I just say, hey, Orbiter 7, put a shot across the bow. And lo and behold, a plasma lance, the lowest intensity, of course, reach the surface, carves just a nice little charred circle in the middle of the green on Aztec's lawn. So I'm gonna clear hope by doing that. And the other option. What do I want to shift up and down? Because I don't really have a need to take influence over.
Well, but you get like a +1 against them, right?
That's true.
And
I think I'm
you
gonna
just-
say again.
And you just demonstrated that you have some actual
Okay,
leverage.
that makes sense. So Silas O'Sullivan can no longer has influence over me,
Okay.
and I have a +1 forward against him.
Kind of just like a phone call. Like he gets like a call in his ear. He clicks it, and kind of like his mood sours and goes, "I think we're done here." And he like just turns and like with his children, kind of like, "But Dad, the rock starting goes maybe on your birthday if you're good."
Yeah, and just shout after them, "Keep on rocking!"
And when they turn to leave, Sprawl is kind of standing in front of the doors, arms crossed, just glaring.
And he looks down at you, Horace, and he goes, "Do I know you?" And the two guys with leather jackets are kind of like putting themselves between you and Silas. I must say, teenagers out of the woodwork today.
I say it quietly so like the crowd doesn't hear or anything like that, to show also that I'm not trying to publicly out him or anything like that, like as far as he's aware. And just what will it take to end this now?
Well, if you want to entertain a medical trial on their Aztec for also maybe an internship position, work with us, then I'd be happy to end this.
What do you want with me?
I don't want with you, I want what's within you.
That's a little bit creepy.
You have let's call it a package that was meant for me.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Stop it!
Are we still doing phrasing? Because phrasing.
Yeah, came out of the closet, now this guy wants my package.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh
Damn
my
it.
god. Wow.
God damn it.
And he kind of he like looks and goes, "I want the bots."
They're not yours to have.
Well, that's what it's gonna take.
And I suppose this is where, if we had less of an audience, you would potentially, when I resisted, ramble on about being willing to do anything and hurt anyone and blah blah blah, just to get what you want.
Not the children.
Well then, I guess
And
this
then,
isn't over.
He goes, now if we're done here, it's so nice to meet the 2/4 of the calamity, maybe 3/4. I do remember when your one member did try to kill you. What did happen to him?
He's fine.
Ah. Well, any case, best be off now. I have a future to plan.
And I move and let them pass. And as they pass outside, I'm assuming they all leave.
Yep.
Okay. Going to use mark another Doom track to use gravity manipulation from the Nova Playbook, and
Why?
effectively just try to dramatically increase the gravity underneath both of the guards to crush them with just pure gravitational force, like pulling them
Oh
straight
my.
down.
Roll me direct to engage.
And I'm doing it all subtle, like I'm not even like making any motions or anything like that. So there's no obvious. I'm not making some grand gesture physically or anything to do it.
I know. Roll me directly engage.
Whew.
So yeah, you kind of just like we see this crushing moment on the two of them, and like you kind of like see them like grab like for their swords, and they kind of like lift up and they go, and then like the two of them kind of like we just see this like crunching like from their legs, and then they're just pulled through the bottom of the street.
Nice.
Then go to the waiter and you have a table open.
Nice.
Yes, we do.
And we'll take 3, please. Table for 3.
Of course.
Make that 2 because the show's over, and then he runs to one of the tables, picks it up, throws it through the window, and then jumps out and runs away.
Okay.
He kind of goes and then goes, do you have his insurance?
Did you give us your insurance information?
Like, everything goes to the Illuminati.
We cycle back to skip a panel, and then there's the legal division just going, God fucking damn it. I can't take this anymore, Bill. And he goes, and what did Senior do last week? And he goes, an entire farm, Bill. And the other guy just like kind of like tries to rub the grit out of his eyes, and goes, you know, when I thought we'd be hyper intelligent metahumans, I figured more saving humanity. And he goes, yeah, Bill.
What?
It sucks that we kind of get a lot of you nowadays. And he goes, I'm gonna have to kill you, Mick.
Oh, God.
I'm going to have to kill you. And he like pulls out a gun, and then like Mick pulls out a gun towards him and goes, so this is how it ends. And he goes, now bang. And then we kind of like throw back to the panel, back to the dining, and it's just you and verification.
This like looking out, and there's probably just like one guy on the street saying, "Yeah, rock and roller."
Yeah, tell the waiter. We'll make sure it's taken care of.
Thank you. I'll bring you your your menus now. And he does, and you kind of have this position where you pull through, and you're sitting there.
Yeah, just I basically order like just for comedic purposes, really, like visually, like a coffee or something like that, but like one that comes in like a really tiny cup, like a higher end one.
Espresso.
Yeah, something, yeah. And so I'm holding it with like 2 fingers and daintily drinking it. A massive, disformed shape. Sitting with the verification at the table. I don't know if he ordered anything or not.
No, verification can't eat anything human because he can't get it in the suit and probably wouldn't be able to digest it.
No, I didn't know if you could like had an intake of anything or if you ate like normal stuff or not. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose I could have an emergency induction. But it has to be said like that.
But yeah, if not, then kind of drank it in like one sip basically though, and we should probably take care of that and kind of motion to the mess out there. The remains.
And you kind of you're like reaching down to the exit of the door. Like some people are like, the dining place is starting to like mostly empty because of all the drama. And like as you're about to leave the door, you kind of like hear this weird sound, and you're like, wait, what is that? And you can just hear, wind and fireball! It's just like these columns of flames just kind of like blow up from under you.
What did it say?
as you just are hurled from like directly into the ceiling of the. Can you roll me a danger?
Yeah, that's fine. But like out of character, what did you yell? I couldn't understand you.
Neither could I.
Okay.
Can you roll to take a powerful bow, Sprawl?
What?
As you kind of just bracketed by these two balls of fire.
What the?
Yeah, I'm gonna give ground. That's the most logical thing to do.
So, you kind of just are hurled through the air, and then we kind of through this ground, we kind of just see these two just like with tattered leather jackets, and from there we see these two figures pop out with just these kind of like katanas, and you'll see in a second.
Oh my goodness.
And they kind of just pop out and just like are in this kind of like martial artist pose with these two swords.
Oh my god.
So clearly the gravity didn't kill them. I'm assuming
That would be a very cheap trick and also way too easy.
sometimes there's low key endings and stuff. So
Ain't nothing low key about us, says the guy with free eyes.
Oh my gosh.
well, I wasn't actually saying that to him or anything. I was saying
Oh, in general,
out of character. Yeah.
out of character.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't nothing low key about me, boss.
So these are the guys who just
We're pancaked.
good. Okay. I'm going to take a step back and assess the situation.
Yeah, roll me superior.
All right. This is my jam. Woo-hoo!
Nice.
Yeah, it's me too.
Okay. Let's see. Which of these two is the biggest threat?
You're kind of like looking at this, and you kind of like it's something like intuitive almost, that it's not so much two but one.
Oh.
Now you're getting it.
How can we best end this quickly?
Well, you could just end this by running and hiding, considering there's only two of you on the scene.
Yeah.
You're out of place and out of a encounter suit for about another good maybe 12 seconds, and Sprawl is the only combative character, but considering that these four guys were made to kill Sprawl, or 4 units were made to kill Sprawl, might not be the best idea to leave him with Sprawl.
Well, they can also call Ragnarola back.
True.
Or that, but that would still take time.
Okay.
Like, he ran by foot, he didn't like fly away or something.
All right. So what I do, I do have a hard that a data link. So I'm like, ship, drop the suit as near as you can get it to me, and stand by to put down cover fire.
Yeah, the suit, the ship kind of just lowers itself.
I feel like it couldn't fit through the street.
Yeah.
But it could definitely like sit at the top of the next intersection down the street.
Yeah, well, the streets in Halcyon City are pretty large.
Oh, okay.
So it sits outside the dining room, basically like behind the two ninjas, and kind of like gunship covers, and so they do. They kind of just look at that, and they look to each other and go "Inton Jutsu," and they kind of like throw their palms on the ground, and then this impenetrable like black mist just darkens the entire restaurant, and then like for like 5 seconds your suit's just like calibrating, and then it's just like nothing detected, and you're like, what? And then you just it kind of like quickly dissipates, and they're just gone from the position.
Are they still in here?
Roll freak.
Okay. Is my suit on?
It's outside. You can run out and start putting it on.
Gotcha,
Sprawl could roll
gotcha.
freak
Okay.
to try to see if they're still in here.
Gotcha. I am going to. I'm gonna run for the suit and have the suit run for me.
Okay. So
You
we
don't
all
hear
kind of
suit-
see this weird romantic embrace between suit and pilot.
That's
And,
the best way to
s-
phrase it.
Sprawl, temporary, unstable, or take a condition.
Temporary.
You kind of get their sense that they're under you again.
Oh,
Like they're moving through the earth type of thing.
Sort of.
oh my.
But you kind of look under, and then there's just still those like there's a subway tunnel underneath you. Well, not even subway, but a service tunnel underneath you guys.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird because it's not all pike-eyed, and that's why you just feel that they're somewhat underneath you. And we're gonna generate team because I forgot to do that. Because I think you bastards have enough, but you know, whatever. Whew, side moves. Where's the side moves? Who's the team leader?
Sprawl?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of
Yeah.
leading by
Okay.
proxy.
Does Sprawl have influence over rock and roller and verification?
Believe so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a fur team.
Nice. Oh my. That is quite a lot of team.
Yeah, you better fucking use it. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
Keep Sprawl safe, and the rest of us too, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Sprawl going out with the Kill Bill sirens. Oh my god, I forgot the Kill Bill sirens!
Oh my.
Where's my... Oh, I forgot the Kill Bill sirens. Every time I promised myself when you faced one of these guys, I would put Kill Bill sirens. Hold on, give me like 4 seconds. In any case, this is what I feel like would be in Sprawl's head every single time he comes face to face with one of these killers. Is the Kill Bill sirens. And does any member mistrust the leader or the team? Yeah, you
No.
might not.
Not really.
Okay.
I still need to take an
I know.
advance.
So,
If the team is L prepared or off balance, it's gonna say you're off balance. I'll
Yeah.
put that out.
I'd buy it. Ooh, wait a minute. I get to take an advance.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I took one after the last fight. I took wheelchair powers, the adult move.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna take an adult move too.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
You need those adult moves to handle the package.
Any case,
Oh my. Oh my.
we kind of like now before we end this session and this because I want to wait for Bastion to have a chance on this fight
Yeah.
because this is another one of those very cool fights. We kind of just see behind Sprawl like the two of them kind of like pull these swords up from behind, and we're gonna cut it there. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun this session.
I did.
Yeah.
I know I did,
You didn't?
especially with the nuke.
Everything's better with nukes.
Everything's greater with nukes.
That's true.
Nothing says love like escalating the situation beyond all get it.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm about to turn into.
Yep.
I probably should.
Go to bed early. I've been killing myself the last few days.
I just got a couple things to take care of, and then I'll be good.
I know that feeling.
All right.
End of session moves?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Okay. I think Rock and Roller actually made me feel welcome for the first time, I think,
Cool.
which is nice. Because like the whole shtick in with the concert and just sticking by him, it helped. And also like how we tag teamed Silas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I didn't have influence over you before, so yeah.
You do now. No, you already did.
No, I
gave
did.
it to you this session. Or wait.
Yeah,
no,
now I have. Yeah, but before I didn't, so I don't shift your labels.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And I also will grow closer to verification
Yay!
because of that. Same reason. We tag
And-
team.
I already have influence over you, so I'm going to give you plus superior.
That I am already at 3 with superior. Also, I don't know how superior I was, just randomly smashing a nice restaurant window.
Okay. In that case, I will probably increase danger, reduce savior, I guess.
I already had -2 at savior.
Okay, in that case, reduce mundane.
Cool. Okay.
Now you're -2 in mundane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't need mundane as long people respect me as a rockstar.
You're not normal.
You
don't need to
No,
be.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think Sprawl grew closer, really to both for the amount of just sticking by and helping and everything that they've been doing. But I have to pick just one, so I'll go with Rock and Roller, I guess, for the extra step up with the impromptu concert at the cafe.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I also didn't have influence over you before.
Okay.
Now I've over everyone.
Rest in peace, Rage. Pure Rage, go on.
It's okay. He nuked himself.
I know he nuked himself. You guys reached his 3 conditions pretty quickly.
I asked him to nuke himself.
Yeah, you did, and goddamn, you left a couple reminders that Sprawl ain't ever gonna forget.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like mortality, right, Sprawl?
You kind of cut out there, what?
Like mortality.
It's overrated.
On which Doom track are you already? How many Doom signs do you have already?
I'm 1 away from my 4th Doom sign.
And you have 5 or 4?
I think there's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 5. When you get to what would be the 6th one is then where you die.
Yep. The part where he kills you.
Well,
The part where he kills you.
the Doom doesn't inherently mean death. The book even says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's gonna be dramatic and it's gonna be sad.
Right.
But that's if he doesn't head off to Doom first,
Exactly.
which I think Sprawl has a very good chance of doing.
Alright. Then, yeah. See you guys next week.